Hi there, I'm Kathy Wood, and I'm here with the third of 5 videos we've recorded for you on innovation. This video is about how to promote innovation in your business. The research is clear that there are 4 factors we need to understand and use in our businesses if we're going to be successful innovators. I'm going to describe them in ways that are a bit different from the chapter titles in these books, because I think you'll find them easier to incorporate into your business thinking. The first is to shift our mindset. If we've seen anything in the business world over these last few years, it's that business is no longer business as usual. Change is continuous and accelerating. Think what's happening to customer expectations, markets, supply chains, tools and technologies, regulatory environments, and the worlds of finance and workforce. The challenge for all of us as business people is getting comfortable with this state of constant and often dramatic change. For decision makers, this new world can be overwhelming and downright scary unless we shift our mindset to embracing the reality that business success now depends on adopting a very specific type of mindset, one of focused experimentation and continuous learning. When I say focused experimentation, I mean that if you have an idea about how to deliver better value to customers in any of the ways that I suggested in video 2, please validate that idea before rushing off to implementation. Start by thinking like a scientist. What hypothesis am I testing here? For instance, maybe it's that a certain type of customer really wants a solution to this particular problem. Think of a way to determine whether that's true. Maybe they don't. Or maybe you've misread the real problem, or maybe it's just not a big enough problem for your customer to care about fixing. Don't spend precious time and money developing a solution for a problem your customer doesn't believe they have. Another type of focused experimentation is to think of a way to test your idea inexpensively before launching yourself into production and marketing mode. Can you create an inexpensive mock-up, a prototype, a simulation, something that will make your idea real enough for people to be able to assess it? Design your experiments so that you can collect information and feedback that will allow you to learn whether your initial hypothesis was correct or if you've learned something completely new. Once you've run your first experiment, make a decision. Am I so far off base that I should set this innovation aside and move on to something else? Or did I learn that I'm onto something here, and if I make this change or that change, I'll get a lot better reception in the marketplace as I bring this idea forward? And if so, if that's what you found, test that hypothesis. If your experiments aren't generating insights that help us make these kinds of decisions, we're just wasting our time and money. We should be experimenting and learning from that process continuously. Let's shift our mindset to that of a business scientist. The second factor is about focus, specifically focusing our experimentation and learning on our customers, or better yet, the customers we would most like to attract. Depending on the product or service we want to offer, we may also need to ask those who are gatekeepers to or influencers of those customers. But for now, let's just focus on our customer base. Sometimes, as business owners and managers, we make decisions about the products and services we offer, whether it's specific features, what the price should be, where and how a purchasing decision is made, or how a product or service gets to the customer, based on what we think, not what our customers think, and that can be a dangerous approach. Benefits and the value of those benefits are defined by our customers. Our experimentation and learning must focus on the people and organizations that are going to be making the buying decisions. What do they think? There's a reason major survey companies ask us regularly what we're planning to buy and when we might do that. They're trying to understand our needs and when we intend to act on them. Smaller organizations often don't have the money to commission a big survey, but then again, if we take the experiment and learn approach, we don't need to. Instead, we can do something really radical. We could ask our customers. We can ask them questions like, what's the biggest barrier to improving your bottom line? What's the most important reason you deal with us? What's the biggest frustration you have in dealing with us? What other products or services would make your life easier? Is there something that you need that you just can't find anywhere? What would it mean to your business if we could offer that to you? To capitalize on our relationships with customers, we need to get better at asking questions, and we need to get better at listening to the answers. A few years ago, I attended a project launch meeting with a customer our firm had done some work for, but not a lot. I asked my customer why they'd chosen our firm out of a field that included some pretty big name companies. Their answer was revealing. Your proposal was the only one that was the least bit creative and customized to our needs. That answer was important to me because I had actually bid higher than several of the other competing firms. What was validated for me in that discussion was, for this customer, it wasn't about the money, it was about the value for the money. So when you are running your experiments, ask your customers. The third factor we must manage is our pace of innovation and implementation. We need to move quickly. More than ever, we need to experiment, learn, improve, decide, engage, market, produce, and deliver much more quickly than ever before. Too many of us have found that if we don't move quickly enough throughout the innovation process, someone else gets there first. If we take years to bring our ideas to market, odds are the world will have moved on. What was innovative when we first thought about it is now standard practice, and the next good idea isn't yet on our radar. Often what slows us down is that we think we have to wait until everything is perfect before we implement our new idea. But that's actually not true. The world does not beat a path to our door just because we think we have a better mousetrap. It's only when our customers know we have and they can actually buy a mousetrap that they, our customers, think is better. That's when they'll beat a path to our door. We have to innovate and implement ideas faster. One way to do that is to think of what is referred to as a minimum viable product. That product or service that has enough of what customers want to trigger a buying decision. What would your customer say is essential, as in it must do this, versus it would be nice if it did that? You'll get to market faster if you deliver what your customers most want, not everything but the kitchen sink. Now, I know that for most business owners, the idea of moving faster on innovation is both overwhelming and terrifying. We already have more than enough to fill our days. And the idea of moving even faster might seem to hold the prospects of serious business-threatening mistakes. But if you've got your mindset right, focused experimentation, learning, and refining based on what our customers tell us is important to them, and doing this quickly, we can make much better use of our time and resources and dramatically reduce the prospects of catastrophe. Especially if we manage the fourth factor well, engaging our own people. As business owners and managers, often we forget that there is an enormous pool of knowledge and ideas in the minds and hearts of those we work with every day. Whether our own employees, our suppliers, other firms, or organizations we work with to get the job done, or professional and trade associations, they know something about the customer needs we're trying to meet with innovation. And their reach, the number of people they talk to every day, often people just like our customers or potential customers, far exceeds our reach. So engage them in conversations too. For instance, what would our employees say if we asked them a version of the customer questions I just mentioned a moment ago? Even better than just asking for our employees' thoughts is to truly engage them in experiments. Make them part of the experimental team. Truth be told, business owners and managers rarely have the time to design and implement innovation experiments themselves. We need others around our table as part of that process. They bring different skill sets, different experience, different ideas. Let's capitalize on that. All right, these are 4 factors that you'll want to keep front and center as you begin any innovation journey. In the next video, I'll share 3 factors that are innovation killers. Don't let them in the door at your business. I'll see you in the next video.